This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. Go Pascal.com.
They're probably going to be motivated in a similar way. They're trying to get bowl eligible. How do you make sure you guys maintain that level of intensity and match what they're probably going to bring on Saturday? Both of you.
I mean, it's a rivalry game. It's a trophy game. So, I mean, we're just excited to play them as they are to play us. And, we've been playing some, great ball these past few games. And we're expected to continue that.
Just like Drew said, two great football teams going at it with each other, great rivalry, a lot of history between the two schools, so we just, like he said, we just excited to play them just as they are.
With Bumper being hobbled, how difficult is that for you guys to kind of pick up the slack? And Pooh, I know you've been playing a lot more lately, maybe as much as Bumper or more, but how much is that on you guys to basically, I mean, you're probably going to be relied to play, the whole game, both of you.
Yeah, I mean, these past few games, Bump and Pooh have probably gotten, the same amount of plays, and Pooh's done a great job stepping in, and, Bumper always, did, what Bumper does, and he was a great player. We expect Pooh to step in. He does great things as well. So,
I feel very confident going into this game. Bump did a great job with mentoring me and teaching me the schemes and things like that. So I feel very comfortable with everything. So, with me stepping in, I know it's a huge role that needs to be filled, but I'm ready for it.
Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, before I forget, Tom Murphy wanted me to ask you this, Drew. I guess Tusky Dove, hope I'm saying his name right, was your teammate in high school down there in Denton. Just wondering how well you guys know each other. You stayed in touch. Kind of what are your thoughts on going against him and his team?
Yeah, we came from the same high school, but we weren't there at the same time. I was at a different high school before then, but yeah, I know about him. He's a pretty big name, around our high school. So, know a little bit of history of him, but don't really know each other personally other than that.
Okay, sorry about that confusion. And then Drew, you're obviously a Butkus finalist. I think there's 5 of you, maybe. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, very exciting. It's a kind of a big deal for me. Something I was kind of aimed for at the beginning of the year, but wouldn't be able to do with my teammates and my coaches. Everyone that's helped me along the way, from Coach Shear, Coach Odom, and Bump, and just a lot of people helped me to try to achieve that award.
And then this year, is it gone even better than you thought it would, or just what's this year been like for you being here at Arkansas?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a great time playing with this team, and been some ups and downs, but it's been fun overall, and just excited to attack this next game with everybody.
And Pooh, you've played, like Trey said, you've played a lot of snaps. In some games, I know you played more than Bumper even. But this will be a start, your first career start at, SEC road game. Just kind of, what are your thoughts on that? And is your approach any different because you're going to be starting apparently?
Like I said earlier, Bump did a great job teaching me everything. So I feel very confident. I feel very confident in my teammates. I know they're going to know what to do with the schemes and the play calling and things like that. And, playing beside a great linebacker like Drew makes me even more comfortable. So, I'm ready for this weekend.
And you've had a really good year. You got 7 tackles for loss. You had a couple sacks against LSU. Just kind of what's been the key to your success, do you think, especially with those lost yardage plays?
Just sitting back, watching extra film with, Coach, with Bump and Drew and things like that, and just being confident in my D-line, knowing that they know they're going to do their jobs and open up ways for me to get there. So, those plays, those tackles for loss, I wouldn't be able to do those without my D-line, creating separation and creating those open gaps and things like that. So going into those games, I knew that my defensive line, they studied just as hard. They practiced their butts off throughout the week, and I just knew that those holes was going to open up for me.
And I know you expect to play this year, and I'm sure the coaches did, but maybe they didn't expect you to play the extent you have because Bumper's been banged up. But how do you feel like you've handled that in just your second year, such a heavy load?
I feel like I've been doing a great job. I've been holding my own weight. I feel like with the help from Bump and Drew, that really helped me out on the field, to get comfortable, just actually being out there on the field this year and playing, just listen to those veteran guys that who have actually been in those type situations, with big crowds and things like that. They showed me how to maneuver myself and, how to play with confidence. So that really helped me out this year.
I know you've got a really high pass rush grade on Pro Football Focus, and Drew, you're obviously a good pass rusher. What is it about Pooh's game, do you think, that translates well to pass rush, and maybe just what you thought about his season overall?
Yeah, Pooh's done a great job, especially affecting the passer. He's just extremely explosive, and, it's hard to block that. And he just gets around a blocker and, just being able to attack a quarterback like that, he's done a great job.
And yeah, Pooh, what do you think? Why are you such a good pass rusher?
Just having faith in myself that I can get there. And, like Drew said, just working hard throughout the offseason and even during the season, working on explosion and things like that, hand placement and little things like that, just helped me out, just helped me get to places that I needed to be.
Yeah, I got a couple more, if it's okay. Pooh, you redshirted last year, but you played in 4 games, including against Missouri, here in the win. How much do you think last year helped you getting to play, by also keeping your red shirt?
Last year helped me out a lot, and the reason why I say that is because I was sitting behind 3 veteran guys who were All-Americans, who were great at the game. Just sitting back behind them and watching them and things like that. It just really helped me out this year. Like I was telling my dad the other day, sitting behind those guys would really help me have a lot of success this year. And, just watching guys like Drew come over and, how they play the game and continuing watching Bump and falling under his wing and things like that, it just really helped me out this year to become the best player I can be.
And I don't know how much you heard about Drew before he came over. Obviously, he was at Alabama, so he's pretty good. But his impact, has it been even maybe bigger than what you guys would have thought? With he's got almost 100 tackles, all those sacks, Butkus finalist, all that stuff. Well, what do you thought about his season?
Once we heard about Drew, we knew Drew was going to be a great player. Drew is an explosive guy. He's smart. And, he has that instinct to get to the ball. He know how to maneuver himself out there, and plus he picks up on things very fast. It didn't take as long as we thought it would for him to, pick up on the plays and things like that. Like I said, he's smart and he knows what he's doing out there. He's a veteran guy, which I expected.
Yeah, obviously Bumper has a lot more experience probably than 99% of guys in college football. But since you've gotten to play a fair amount in recent games, how do you think your chemistry is with Drew? And maybe Drew, you could hit on that too after Pooh says something.
I feel like me and Drew have a great chemistry. It'd be times that me and Drew just talk about other things other than football. Everything doesn't have to be about, the sport, just a great bond between each other. We became brothers. As soon as he stepped on campus, we just grew together. We just bonded with each other. So I feel like my chemistry with Drew and the rest of my teammates, is phenomenal.
Yeah, playing together on the field, your chemistry on the field has been, great. These past few games, he's had to take a little bit more reps, and there hasn't been that drop off that I think people thought there might have been. But Pooh's a great player, and the way he stepped up, and he's really helped me and we kind of help each other do our jobs, and we could do a good job covering for each other, and just I think we really work on the field.
So one more, Arkansas is 0-4 in SEC games at Missouri. So how big a deal would it be for you guys to win there? And Sam was talking about, he's been bringing these trophies in for these trophy games, and you guys have been getting beat. So I think he said he just showed a picture of this one and bring it in, wanted to change the mojo. But how big would it be for you guys to keep that trophy, and be able to bring it back to Fayetteville?
It's always a big deal to win a rivalry game, especially a trophy game. But, you finish a regular season on a win would be big for everybody as well. But, just because of how big this rivalry is and how much it means to our team, it'd be a great deal to, beat these guys.
Yeah, just like picking off of what Drew said, and another thing just to make the state proud, we pride ourselves on making the fans proud and making our fan base proud, as well as our coaches and things like that. So anytime we play in a trophy game, especially a rivalry game like this, it's a big deal to us. We want to keep the trophy here.
Football is back, and BetOnline remains your #1 source for all your football betting needs this season. You'll find the latest odds, matchup info, player news, and game trends. And as your continued source for all sports wagering info, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, live scores, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports. sports and events like MLB, MMA, tennis, boxing, and even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 100% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. That's BLEAV. Bet Online, where the game starts.